What's up, YouTube? So it's been a few days since the Game of Thrones Season 6 finale, and wow, that was one hell of a finale. And I am pretty sure that was the biggest death count in an episode yet. Yeah, it was an absolute bloodfest. There's a lot of mysteries and potential questions to be answered, like how lit will it be when Dany lands in Westeros and the dragons kill everyone there? And will Samwell find the key to destroy the White Walkers in the Citadel? Because obviously he found the Citadel, and that is finally linked up with the books. I mean, that is one of the stories, as well as Jaime Lannister's ones at the moment, that have finally caught up with the books. Obviously, the biggest part of the finale was finally getting confirmation on the R plus L equals J Tower of Joy theory, which is quite a mouthful. We had that sick flashback of young Ned with his team trying to save Lyanna, but we had to wait for what seemed like an absolute bloody eternity. As well, also, the King's Guard out there were the personal King's Guard of the Mad King. So it was important that they protect the future king, which is obviously Jon Snow there. Now we know that Jon Snow is actually the son of Lyanna Stark, which is crazy, making him kind of an official Stark and kind of an official Targaryen, but I'm not sure, will it be confirmed that Rhaegar and Lyanna secretly married, perhaps? I don't know. However, in the episode they did not actually release info as to who his father actually is. Well, HBO have done a shocking turn and released who it is on their website in a really, really cool infographic that is linking all of the relationships between the major players in the Game of Thrones story, which is mad. Well, at the bottom you can see that it's linking Rhaegar Targaryen and Jon Snow there, which, well, obviously it was him because us book readers have suspected it for years, and it has made the most 100% sense. Just, it's obvious that it was him. So that's confirmation who Jon Snow's father is. So if you didn't know who Rhaegar Targaryen was, he's one of the most charismatic, or was the most charismatic princes in all of the seven kingdoms, not second kingdoms, and was the eldest son of the Mad King, which essentially made him kind of, would he be first in line or second in line? Because, well, yeah, it's weird how that stuff works, but after the Mad King would have died, he would be the king of the Seven Kingdoms and Westeros, etc. However, his kind of head got smashed in by Robert Baratheon, because Robert Baratheon was supposed to kind of marry Lyanna Stark, and he loved her, which Rhaegar just walked in and absolutely kind of took over and abducted her. If you want a comparison, he'd probably be most like the kind of Targaryen's Jaime Lannister, probably. So he was married to Elia Martell of Dorne, but mugged her right off at the tourney of Harrenhal by winning it and then laying the flowers in the lap of Lyanna Stark, which really, yeah, big dick move there from Rhaegar Targaryen, and it wasn't good at all. So if you remember, that's what Littlefinger was telling Sansa down in the crypt at Winterfell, and yeah, it just wasn't a good thing. But Lyanna was abducted by him, which majorly pissed off Robert Baratheon and Ned Stark, and caused Ned Stark's brother and father to ride to King's Landing and demand her to be released. So now we know that Jon Snow is actually the son of Rhaegar and Lyanna, which is massive news, as he is now related to Daenerys and can be legit the prince who was promised. An unanswered question is that Well, is Jon Snow his actual name? Obviously, we know his last name, but there is a lead theory at the moment that his real name will be Jaehaerys, which someone has gone through and lip read and interpreted it as Jaehaerys, which does make sense considering that this was a previous Targaryen king, and it seems that the Targaryen kings are named in a cyclical fashion, which is interesting because Aegon Targaryen II, the Mad King, was just crazy, and then you had obviously Aegon the Conqueror, and now you've got obviously Jaehaerys and maybe Jaehaerys Targaryen II here. However, I personally think it will be Jon because it all depends if Lyanna liked obviously Rhaegar. She was obviously probably enamored with him, obviously because he's a good-looking dude who can sing, play instruments, and the general charismatic bro. But was she abused by him? Would she really want to have his heritage recognised? Would she go more towards the Winterfell Stark side? So I reckon it'd probably be Jon, perhaps. That would make more sense, to be honest. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you've got any questions, drop the comments. Subscribe for more Game of Thrones content and, well, everything else that's similar on the channel. And drop a like if you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.